Saint Jerome, 347 AD, advised nuns to avoid beans because in partibus genitalibus titillations producunt. That means they tickle the genitals. Quite how Saint Jerome had such intimate knowledge of nuns' genitals is anyone's guess, but I assume he was mistakenly referring to flatus or flatus. Beans such as soya beans, pinto beans and kidney beans, as well as broccoli and asparagus, are rich in fiber, especially the clever oligosaccharide raffinose, as well as stachyose and verbacose. Welcome to About This Much, the most inaccurate cooking show on the web. Today I'm gonna cook one of my favorite recipes with beans, nachos. Nachos is not Mexican food, it's Tex-Mex. Mexican food is completely different. Nachos is an American version of a Mexican dish called chilaquiles. I'm not gonna cook chilaquiles today, I will cook them in the future. But today is all about nachos. This is my favorite way of cooking nachos. I'm gonna take your nacho recipes to a next level. This is advanced nachos. First thing we're gonna need is onions. Dice your onions professionally, just like I do. I'm very good at chopping veggies. I never cut myself. Take care of your knives. Never slide things off your chopping board with the sharp side of the knife. Protect your knives. You don't know where they're gonna fight back. Saute your diced onions until they get some color going. We need some sweetness from the onions. After your onions, you need some mince. Very important. I use beef mince. You can use pork mince or turkey mince or chicken mince, whatever mince you like. You can even use tofu, but you should mince it. Now brown the mince with your onions. Make sure it's separated. We need a bit of that crust in the mince. We need to create that Maillard browning, non-enzymatic browning. There you go, just to show you that I know some big words like Maillard browning and enzymes. Yeah. Wait for all the water from the mince to be evaporated. We want that crust to happen in the mince. We want some color and some flavor. After that, we start to add the flavor things, like the spices. We have some oregano, cumin seed, ground cumin. After the oregano and the cumin, tomato paste. Add some tomato paste. How much tomato paste? I don't know. Watch the video, about that much. That's the whole thing about the video. I don't know how much. Just whatever you feel. Make sure you cook that tomato paste. Make sure that dries out, also caramelizes. We need to cook that tomato paste. If you don't cook that tomato paste directly on the pan, it's gonna taste like packaged foods. You want to cook it. My next favorite ingredient to put in the chili or the nachos, the means of the nachos, is chipotle sauce. Get some chipotle sauce. It's just smoky chili sauce, Mexican sauce. Chipotle are actually dried, smoked jalapenos. Put some of this sauce as much as you want. Depends on how hot you want it, and depends also on how smoky you want it. I love it. I put some chipotle. Goes great on anything. Anything. Delicious. What's next? Beans! Remember? My favorite thing in the universe. I love beans. So get a tin of beans and don't throw the water away. That water of the beans is going to be the moisture for your stew. Don't throw it away. It's got a lot of proteins and a lot of oligosaccharides and raffinose. Next, a bit of a Hungarian paprika or Spanish pimentón. That's my secret ingredient for today's nachos. That will make any stew taste better. Put some pimentón. Pimentón is the best. There's different types of smokiness, but for this thing it will work the same way, okay? Fucking bloody hay fever. Okay. Delicious. The mince with the beans is done. Some people call it chili. The chili is done. Taste your dishes all the time. You have to make sure there's enough salt, and there's a trick. They might need sugar, so have a feel, taste it, and a little bit of sugar can balance everything out. We're gonna put the nachos inside an oven, don't we? So you have to preheat the oven. It's not that you're gonna have the nachos ready and then the oven is cold. No, preheat the oven with some time. sometime, with a lisp. Put your things in place. Mise en place. So we're gonna cut some tomatoes, red onions, chilies, coriander, and jalapenos. Jalapenos. Jalapeno. I love jalapenos. Delicious. We're gonna use all these veggies for the whack and also for toppings on the nachos. Same thing, so chop a lot, okay? Look at me chopping. What a professional. I never cut myself. Well, almost never. Well, you gotta cut yourself if you wanna learn. It's the only way you learn how to cook quickly. Ouch. Before you start cooking, you need to know if you have bandages at home because you might cut yourself. I cut myself and I didn't have any band-aids or bandages or whatever you call them, none of them, and I looked all over the place. I have a yo-yo, but I don't have bandages. So I'm gonna teach you today how to make a homemade band-aids. Get some toilet paper, make sure it's clean, fold it because that increases your absorption property, and then get some sticky tape. Cover the wound with the toilet paper, then some sticky tape, and voila! That's a third world country band-aid. Not even Bear Grylls or MacGyver has ever made a band-aid like this. Bandages. No, that's a different thing. Yeah, bondages. Bondages with sticky tape and toilet paper will be very crazy. Don't do that. Now the whack. Guacamole. Rule for whack. Never use sour cream on a guacamole. Never. Guacamole is a very simple thing. It's just avocado, onions, tomatoes, chilies, coriander, lemon. Lime will be better, but they're very expensive in Australia and sometimes you don't find lime. It's just lemons and salt. That's it. No sour cream. Please don't. No sour cream on your guac. Capish? ¿Me comprendes? Mendes? Taste your guacamole and that's it. You know that guacamole, mole in traditional indigenous Mexican, probably Aztec, I don't know, but mole means, moler means to grind, to smash. So guacamole means smashed guac, avocado. Let's build the nachos. You're gonna need tortilla chips. You have to buy 2 bags. Why? 1 bag to eat it while you cook, and the second bag to use the nachos. Never buy 1 bag because you're not gonna have enough tortilla chips for your nachos. Get a tray that you can use inside the oven. This time I'm gonna use a paella pan because I have one and it looks really nice. And it's all about layering, okay? Layers. That's the big difference between good nachos and bad nachos. You don't want a pile of corn chips and then on top all the toppings. No, you want toppings, corn chips, layering. Don't be lazy. Don't just put the chips first and then everything on top. Then you're gonna grab 1 corn chip and there's nothing. It's a naked corn chip. No, it's about balance. You want 1 corn chip to have absolutely everything. We want equality nachos. We want every corn chip to have the same rights of toppings. Every corn chip deserves all the toppings. It's not that the corn chips on the bottom are getting nothing and the corn chips on the top are getting everything. You understand what I'm saying? Let's spread the resources equally amongst all the corn chips. So make your layers. Get the pan or the tray that can go into the oven. Some minced with beans. Some of the toppings of the fresh veggies, the tomatoes, the onions, the jalapenos, the chilies, coriander, put the corn chips, put some cheese. I like to use 2 types of cheese. I like to use the normal, tasty, sharp cheddar, and then I call it the plastic cheese. The cheese singles for toasties. You know that's great because it tastes, it's got that naughtiness of the munchies. That's the trick to get the munchies, and also that fake cheese is what you want, and nachos is great munchies food, so you want that artificial flavor that it's great. You gotta be honest. Layering, minced, chopped veggies, coriander, cheese, corn chips, mince, repeat, and then at the very end put some extra cheese, even a little bit more, leave some coriander for the end, put it in the oven. How long? I don't know how long. Just be careful, don't burn your corn chips. When you think all the cheese is being melted, crank a little bit so you can get some color on the top. Take it out, make it rain, fresh cilantro, Serve it with a side of whack. Look at that. Delicious. Share it with your friends. This one I'm gonna have it with my friend, director and cameraman, Señor Romar, and enjoy. This was about this much. Equality nachos. Buen provecho. Bon appetit. Ciao.